It took a lot of work to be Scholars of Wrestling champion, but it doesn't take hard work at all to remind everyone that you are still the undisputed scholar. Hello, everyone. I am Scholar Tarek, returning once again for Elimination Chamber weekend to give his predictions for WWE Elimination Chamber 2019 on this road to WrestleMania. Alright. First off, we're going to go with the pre-show. The Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa. And nothing has changed my mind of Buddy Murphy taking this Cruiserweight title reign all the way to WrestleMania. There's nothing more else to say, but Buddy Murphy is going to continue this long title reign as Cruiserweight Champion all the way to WrestleMania. And as far as I can see, there isn't anyone on 205 Live that's going to take that championship away from him. Alright, moving on to the main show, we're going to start with the most, or in this case, the least interesting match on this card, and that is Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin in a no disqualification match. The match no one wants, the least interested that any of us can ever feel. So, the only way this match could be somewhat interesting is if you have Drew McIntyre come in and get himself involved in this match. No disqualification, so he can come anytime he wants. But that also means an appearance from Kurt Angle, which will probably lead to a tag team at either Fastlane or WrestleMania. Or who knows, maybe it'll just be a one-on-one match between Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania. Which I'm honestly a pretty big fan of that one. I would like to see that, especially since I'm going to WrestleMania. I would love to see that live. But when it comes to Elimination Chamber, nothing's changing my mind. It's Braun Strowman all the way. Next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships between McMiz, I believe they're called, versus the Usos. And even if you take this whole situation about Jimmy Uso getting arrested aside, I don't see the Miz and Shane McMahon losing the Tag Team Championship this early. They're most likely going to wait for Fastlane to plant in the seeds of whatever match they're going to have at WrestleMania, Miz versus Shane McMahon, because that seems to be the plan. Let's see, what else do we have on this card? Yes. Another case of match that no one, not even WWE, seems to care about, and that is Ronda Rousey defending the Raw Women's Championship against Ruby Riott. And the sad thing is, I like Ruby Riott a lot. She is going to be going places in the near future. In my opinion, she is destined to be Women's Champion in the near future. It's just not right now. The fact that they had little to no interactions, and the fact that Ronda Rousey seems to have her main focus on Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair, either or both, and Ruby Riott's just a small bump in the road, which, again, it's a shame to have Ruby Riott in this spot. Wait, did I say Ruby Riott before? Well, I'm meaning Ruby Riott now. So, the only interesting factor is this is going to be a storytelling, I can't even say match, it's just going to be a storytelling segment with Charlotte being front row in this match. Alright, next up we got, in my personal opinion, the hardest match to actually pin a clear victor, and that is the Intercontinental Championship Handicap match with champion Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush against Finn Balor. In my opinion, this is still the hardest match to decide. I'm not even set in stone on who's going to win this one, because there's plenty on both sides. Did they add Lio Rush just to be the pin guy, or is that just a Lio Rush taking the bullet so Bobby Lashley can get the victory? But if I'm trying to look at this in the long run, especially with how Finn Balor made a believer out of Brock Lesnar and keeping that momentum going, the only way for Finn Balor to actually continue to gain credibility is if he would win this match. I'm not necessarily saying he's going to walk out with the title. It could be a disqualification finish. I don't even know if you can do disqualification finishes in handicap matches. At least not off the top of my head. But I just have a feeling in my gut I'm going to go with Finn Balor. Will he walk out as champion? I would love to see that. Nothing against Bobby Lashley. I like the fact that he won the Intercontinental Championship. It's just he's not really doing anything with it. It's kind of hurting the Intercontinental Championship in the long run when you look at what Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler did with that title just earlier last year. But yeah, I'm not going to be surprised if Bobby Lashley wins, but I'm going to stick with my guns and I'm going to choose Finn Balor as the winner. All right, we're going to now go into the Elimination Chamber matches themselves, which I'm going to go with the women's one first. The women's tag team for the inaugural Women's Tag Team Championship with Nia Jax and Tamina versus Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan of the Riot Squad, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the Iconics, Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Naomi and Carmella. This is also a kind of a challenging one for me because I think it's just been building so hard for Sasha Banks and Bayley to get these women's tag team championships. But the also favored in this one is Nia Jax and Tamina. But I can't for the life of me choose Nia Jax and Tamina because I just don't see Tamina really being an inaugural women's tag team champion. I can, especially with Sasha Banks and Bayley being the underdog in this one, with Sasha Banks' injury going into this match, and them coming out on top just seems right for this kind of storytelling. So I'm going to go with Sasha Banks and Bayley to become the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. And the final match is the men's Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship, which I'm just going to point out right now, I actually am a huge fan of the Hemp Championship, the eco-friendly WWE Championship. It's perfect for Daniel Bryan's character, and I love the idea of it, made from a fresh fallen oak and hemp. I chuckle at that, and I actually like the design of the belt. Granted, it's the WWE Championship they've been using, but it just fits with what they have, what they're planning with it, with Daniel Bryan. I like it. I like it a lot. And with that, I think Daniel Bryan is going to keep said WWE Championship against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Kofi Kingston filling in for Mustafa Ali, which is a sad story all on its own for Mustafa Ali, but a great story for Kofi Kingston, showing why he's one of the best and who's been in WWE for over a decade. So Kofi does deserve to be in this match, and he's probably going to be the highlight of this match. But when it comes to predictions, yes, I'm going to stick with Daniel Bryan retaining the eco-friendly WWE Championship, whether it's help from Rowan or the rumor of Luke Harper joining his stable. But I'm not 100% sure they're going to do that, but I wouldn't be surprised and also kind of disappointed that if they do that, because I like Luke Harper. I actually think he deserves a really good singles run, even a repackaging, just to get him away from Wyatt family, Luke Harper, and even Bludgeon Brothers Harper, which I'm very sad that we don't have the Bludgeon Brothers anymore. But hey, they were tag team champions and they made their mark, so good on them. And so yeah, that's my predictions for WWE Elimination Chamber 2019. And now I'm actually going to go watch Scholar Jeff and Scholar Brian's predictions. I have no idea who they predicted. It's going to be a fun prediction show. Hopefully I'm not completely tying with someone. Hopefully mine's a somewhat different to theirs. And be sure to watch their video as well. It's up already. Mine will be up relatively soon. And be sure to enjoy Elimination Chamber, because all in all, it's not that great a pay-per-view. I think the only real highlight is that we're going to be crowning inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So yeah, that's all I have, and hopefully, like the Mighty Phoenix, I will return again to rise from the ashes to continue schooling the masses. You're welcome. Good night, everyone. And hopefully you will enjoy WWE Elimination Chamber 2019.